So this morning I'm joined by members of the commission, our deputies and a commission member. And our purpose here is very simple. It is basically to seek your support and your partnership as we carry out the mandate of the commission as enshrined in the Constitution. But more importantly, to assure you of the commission's commitment to undertaking transparent, credible, fair and peaceful elections in Ghana. We are mindful of Articles 45 and 46. Our mandate as enshrined in Articles 45 and 46 of the 1992 Constitution would be guided by the principles as enshrined in the Constitution. We are also here basically to bring the Commission to the doorstep of, the NDC and particularly your office, to open up our operations, to open up our activities to you and to provide that platform for dialogue and constructive engagement. And so really that's why we are here. We have not met formally, although we've met at the level of IPAC, but we are here to really open up the channels of communication and, and basically ensure that going forward we could have that constructive engagement and dialogue. But also to demystify the operations of the Commission. We recognize that for many of our society, and indeed even our stakeholders, our Commission is seen as some sort of ivory tower and away from the people. And being a key stakeholder, the NDC is a key stakeholder in our process. We value your contribution to the dialogue process, the electoral process. We believe that, we really want to open up our processes to demystify, the Commission, to take off the cloaks of secrecy that have hitherto shrouded our operations, and to really open up, the lines of communication and to engage, in going forward. So basically, that's why we are here. We're also here, of course, to share with you some of the things that we've been doing since we took office in August of 2018 and what our preparations are going forward. So basically, that's why we're here, Mr. President.
It is good that the EC Chair and her team have recognized the role stakeholders, especially political parties, play in the evolution of our electoral process. And I must say that we are always very open-minded and willing to assist in coming out of constructive suggestions that will enable us to push the frontiers of our electoral process forward. Ghana is a shining example to virtually the whole world in terms of the development of our electoral process, and especially the role political parties have played in shaping the process. I have had the opportunity of perhaps working with all the three commissioners, Dr. Farijan, for quite a number of years before Madam Shanatose came, and you have come to take the seat. We want to assure you that whatever input that we make it in good faith, because we believe that the security and stability of this country largely hinges on the credibility of our electoral process. Several countries have suffered internal strife as a result of elections. And so for us, elections are very critical. And as political parties, we put in a lot of effort to contribute to the electoral process in terms of personal effort, material resources, monetary, and several others. And so all what we ask is a level playing field, very transparent process, open to all, so that whatever outcome will be declared will be accepted by all. And so I'm happy Mr. Tete is here. We have worked with him as Director of Elections, and he knows the input that we've made in crafting out various constitutional instruments that has regulated both the registration and the elections. Our input have been quite phenomenal. I remember the last one, Alhaji Hudiaya represented this, when it came to the political parties reform committee that was set up. General Secretary and other people played very, very critical role in coming out with those documents. So sometimes when we are made to look as if we are there to undermine the Electoral Commission and the kind of work that we do, if that picture is sent out to the public, sometimes it hurts some of us because of the tireless effort that we have made as a political party, especially I'm speaking for the NDC. We can never be an existential threat to democracy in this country. And I want to put that one on record, that our contribution has pushed the frontiers of our electoral process, and for that matter, the Electoral Commission. And if, institutional memory is there to guide, some of the people who have passed through this system, Mr. Safu Kantanka, David Kanga, and several others, will attest to the fact that we together, both, openly and quietly have been contributing and discussing on matters that will help to develop our process. So this is just by way of assuring you that the NDC as a party will continue to play that pivotal role to ensure that the electoral process are enhanced. And to say that, for instance, Your Excellency, the General Secretary was very vehement on the immediate pass registration exercise when the EC were insisting on using online registration. And we have had problems. And we said, look, if you continue to rely on online, we are going to have challenges. In fact, our initial assessment shows that online registration in the immediate pass registration exercise is not more than 12 to 13%. It means that we were giving the suggestion in good faith. If the EC had decided to rely solely on online, as they indicated, it would have been a disaster now. We would have had a disaster on our hands. And so, just to assure you that these suggestions are made in good faith in order to help you succeed. Because if the EC succeeds, Ghana has succeeded, and all of us have succeeded.
Let me welcome you, Jean, and your staff from the EC. You're a person we have known for a very long time. We've all participated in consolidating Ghana's democracy. We believe that it will be a continuum, working in the EC, which is a major instrument for advancing our democracy. Our constitution is based on a multi-party form of democracy, and so the political parties are key stakeholders to the Electoral Commission. And over the years, we have all worked together to ensure that there is confidence of all the stakeholders in the electoral process, because that is the key thing you want to achieve, that if you're entering an electoral process, all those participating go in with a level of confidence that the playing field is level. I've been associated with Ghana's elections closely since 1992 because I was a member of parliament, and I know how the processes have evolved. We started with the metal ballot boxes, and we came to the translucent ballot boxes. I remember during the Unigov election, the ballot boxes were not open. When we went there, they were sealed already, and all you had to do, you didn't know what was inside the boxes. So I'm just trying to demonstrate that we've come a long way, and it has been the joint, exchange of ideas between both the body responsible for elections and the stakeholders who participate in the elections to let us reach the stage that we have. Ghana is seen as a beacon of democracy, and our electoral processes are held as an example to other countries. But the point is, after every election, we learn some more and we take steps to improve, to make sure that the next election is better than the previous one. And so there are issues arising from the last election that we would want to put on board so that you look at it and see how we can enhance the process so that all of us feel that the process has integrity and that we are confident that we're all being treated fairly, so that whoever wins and whoever loses would readily accept that this was a free expression of the will of the people. And so I want to thank you for coming with your staff, and I believe that it will mark the beginning of a confidence building between us and the Commission, and that we'll see ourselves as partners working together so that Ghana can have a good election in 2020 and continue to be held up as, the icon when it comes to democracy in Africa. So you're welcome once again.